Okay, it says first aspect of the person's judgment in this world, in the world to come, will center on the Torah study. Only afterwards his other deeds are considered. According to the sages, would say a person should always occupy himself in Torah study, whether for the sake of God or even not for the sake of God. For from the study of the Torah, which is not carried out for the sake of God, will come the study of the Torah, which is carried out for the sake of God. So, then it's also from Pirkei Avos. I'm going to explain. 1 second. Whoa. It's a very big commentary. You know what should we do? Okay, let's do it. So number 5. The first aspect of the person's judgment in the next world, in the world to come, will center on the Torah study. Okay, so it's one of the first question. I think if he did his business faithfully, conduct his business faithfully, and second, if he's established the session for Torah study. Okay. Continue. Only afterwards will these other deeds be considered. His other deeds will be considered. 25. Commentary. The statement is based on Sanhedrin 7a. Other sources, Shabbat 31a, say that the first question posed to a person in the world to come: did you deal faithfully in business? So that's what we said. So this is second question. Tosafos in Sanhedrin offers two possible resolutions to the apparent contradiction. Okay, so let's see. Where is it? A person who never studied at all is judged first regarding the Torah study. Who never studied. Why? Because if all of his issues, right, in his life was because of the lack of the Torah study. However, one who studied but did not establish fixed time for the study is judged regarding his business affairs, right? So he studied but not established Torah study, meaning when he had time, when he would come to the shul and Rabbi is speaking. Okay, is it study? No. Even though the first question, the first question that the soul is asked centers on the business affairs, right? The first retribution will he receive a result of negligence of the Torah study. So as we said, that's very, very scary, of course. But had he studied the Torah, he would escape all of these things, or at least maybe not all of these, but many of them. Continue. According our sages would say. So let's see the commentary. So in 3 places: Pesachim 50b, Sota 22b, Sanhedrin 105b. Okay, says a person who should always occupy himself in the study of Torah, whether for the sake of God or even not for the sake of God. So let's see some maybe he does not want to study Torah, but so you force yourself, and then you come to love it. Commentary. The Rambam elaborates further on definition of this concept in Hilchot Teshuvah 10 and Halachos 4 and 5. 10, I think it's the last section. The sages of the previous generation declared, should one say, I will study Torah in order that I become wealthy, in order that I will be called a rabbi, or in order that I receive reward in the world to come? Right? The Torah teaches, if you're careful to observe my commandments, to love God, implying that all that you should do, you do should be done only out of love. So out of love to HaShem, whatever you do. The sages also said in Psalms 112:1. So they instruct, desire His commandment greatly. Desire His commandment and not the reward that comes from His commandments. So that's very interesting, right? Desire His command, but not what rewards. So people come up with all these gulas and stuff like that. No, just you have a commandment, that's enough. That's the biggest reward. Okay, anyone who occupies himself in Torah study in order to receive reward or in order to protect himself from retribution is considered as one who is not occupied for the sake of God. So even though to receive reward, okay, or say, okay, just not to get sick. So he's going to do whatever this Asher Yotzar, right, the blessing after the rest, or not to get sick. So if you want to get good health, that's what you do. But I mean, that's what our sages say. But the primary reason should be like thanking God for for all of the miracles that He just did. Okay. In a contrast, anyone who occupies all of these things. So a person's one, like as we said, he wants to be wise, he wants to be wealthy, he wants to get a position of rabbi, all of these things. So it's also not for the sake of God. In a contrast, anyone who occupies himself with it, not because of the fear, nor to receive reward, but rather because of his love for the Lord of the entire earth, who commanded it, is the one who occupies himself for the sake of God. Right? So it's very, very simple. Right? So let me read it again and be explained. It's okay. In a contrast, anyone who occupies himself with it, meaning with Torah study, not because of the fear, nor to receive reward, but rather because of the love of the Lord of the entire earth, who commanded it, is the one who occupies himself for the sake of God. But I would say, just say, even if it's not, and you're out of fear, continue doing, don't stop, don't get let Satan discourage you. You continue going forward. Okay.